Warning: the following video may contain harsh language, crude humor, and may offend unintentionally, and is an affiliate of Scythering Productions. The opinions and comments expressed do not reflect those of the Scythering team. All credit and criticism shall be warranted to TWS Productions. Viewer discretion is advised.
Good evening, wrestling fans. Finally, after years of waiting, the return of my savior, Kane, had finally come back to Monday Night Raw. While it was on the day of my birthday, the day where things of greatness happened, and the day where one of the greatest junior heavyweights was ever born, also a dragon. The day that DM was born was also the day that Kane finally came back to the WWE. With that being said, let's get to the news of the week. Miss USA, Rahima Fahil, whatever her name is, was actually pulled over. Yes, she was arrested for drunk driving, and she says she's trying to clear everything up and completely embarrassed about the entire thing. Yes, this is a former Tough Enough contestant, someone that everyone had high hopes for, Miss USA. She sucked then and she sucks behind the wheel. Not because she's a woman, but because she's fucking Miss USA. But that doesn't mean anything to me, because Kane is back. Sarah Del Rey says that while she has toured the indie circuit, her main focus is always to compete in WWE. Well, Sarah Del Rey, I hate to say it, but you're kind of a wrestler. You do have a little bit of talent, but let's face it, you're not the greatest in the world. But to me, Sarah Del Rey debuting in WWE, while it might help the women's division, it doesn't really matter because Kane is back. Hulk Hogan earlier in the week was actually blasted by his ex-wife Linda. Yes, she went on saying that not only was he a homosexual, but also that he was having an affair, a gay relationship with Brutus Beefcake. Hulk Hogan went on to say that not only is he not gay, but he has many friends that are gay. Linda Hogan, I have to say one thing. Who cares? Hulk Hogan left your ass, or you left his ass. To me personally, I don't really give a shit. The whole Hogan family can just jump off of a bridge and die. Why? Because Kane is back. John Cena mentioned on Twitter that he's actually having quite the hell of a rough month. He actually says that he thanks the fans, those that support him and those that hate him. He thanks all of them for being there and reminding him why he loves the sport of professional wrestling. Well, John Cena, your month is about to get even worse, because Kane is back. Belita was actually jailed for driving with a suspended license on December 9th. She was also set free on bond of a $2,200 fine. She also mentioned that now every member of the Team Extreme has now been arrested, and they should have now a team mugshot. Lita, it was a pleasure to see you on my birthday. My favorite diva returning back to the World Wrestling Entertainment brand, back to Raw. At least it was only for a little while. But however, again, another woman, another car issue, Women, for some reason, need to stay away. You know what? All professional wrestlers need to stay away from driving, because if you're not getting thrown over a bridge, if you're not getting pulled over for drunk driving, or hell, if you're just driving on a suspended license, it's just not a good thing. Wrestlers need to learn to take the bus. However, unfortunately, for everyone here, you need to remember that Kane is back. Kaitlyn's heel turn apparently has been squashed. While she turned her back slightly on AJ on SmackDown, she was supposed to do it again on Superstars. WWE decided to cut the entire match altogether and pretend that it never happened. Personally, I care little to nothing about Kaitlyn, and I care little to less about AJ. And you know why? You've guessed it. Because Kane is back. Chris Jericho says that it is not him. The promos that are being played for on WWE have nothing to do with him. In fact, he's not even interested in teaming up with WWE ever again. He says, and I quote, that all the reports coming out are bogus and a weak form of documentation. Chris Jericho, are you coming back? We don't know. There are some people saying that it's only a promo for The Undertaker. There are some saying it may be a promo for Karma. There are even some saying that it might be a promo for somebody else. But it doesn't really matter, because Kane is back. John Morrison's asking price is $5,000 per appearance, which is actually quite a hefty price. And while there are many indie promotions that are looking to sign John Morrison for appearances, and while they're willing to give him a certain amount of fundage, he still stands at $5,000. John Morrison, you are one of my favorites. You still are one of my favorites. But $5,000 is a lot of money to ask for. The fact that you didn't have a no-compete clause in your contract. The fact you have yet to go to TNA, and I pray to God you don't. And the fact that, well, let's face it, you kind of lost your heart in WWE, and that's just not the right thing to go. Morrison, as a professional wrestler, I love your work, but as a person, you're kind of on my shit list. Aren't you glad that when you got thrown away to the side, that WWE was smart enough to bring Kane back? WWE On Demand will actually be no more. With the new network coming out, of course it's going to be canceled. Subscribers, however, need not worry, because you still have it until the start of the next year. No one knows for sure what's going to happen to the On Demand brand, or what will happen to subscribers if they will get credited or shifted over to the new network. So WWE On Demand, if you think that if you're going to enjoy it for the year 2012, the answer is no. WWE is getting rid of it in lieu for the new network. Hopefully this new network thing is good, but you know what this WWE network needs? It needs, yes, you guessed it. It needs more of Kane, because Kane is back. There's actually no real word as to whether or not Brodus Clay will even debut in the WWE. Last week, rumors were floating around that he mentioned that he was going to be the one to take out John Morrison. And then people started to jump down his throat and say he kind of sort of broke kayfabe and got rid of it. Hence why it was The Miz that took out John Morrison. There are others saying that it is all part of the big divine plan. But again, there is still no word if Brodus Clay will actually even debut in WWE. Brodus Clay, a talent that had potential, had vignettes, and had everything good going for him, and a couple of tweets screwed it all up. If we don't see Brodus Clay, it's going to be a shame. But that is okay, because Kane is back. Seth Rollins has been told to travel with WWE post the holiday season. It appears that the officials are trying to evaluate him on a more permanent basis to get him set up and ready to join the roster permanently. Seth Rollins, better known as Tyler Black, hopefully will be joining the main roster in early 2012. Seth Rollins finally getting a chance, finally getting the ability to get in there, and finally we'll see Tyler Black in WWE. The only thing I have to say for him is he picked one hell of a time to start to debut, because Kane is back! Ivanilise Velez, better known as the bitch that you saw on WWE's Tough Enough, actually signed a developmental deal for FCW. She will be under the ring name Sofia Cortez. So someone from Tough Enough that no one really cared for, that got booted off, and thrown to the side, has actually signed a developmental deal, let's face it. We knew that they were going to do it. My question is, where the hell is Andy Levine? Has anyone seen him? I mean, he did win the damn thing after all. But you know what? To me, Tough Enough was just a waste of time and a waste of space, and personally a waste of my life. But you know what's not a waste of my life? This right here. Because Kane is back. And the last bit of news for this week, you thought that John Cena's luck couldn't get any worse? Guess what? It does. There is actually, officially, Kane has been switched from the SmackDown brand to the Raw brand. Oh yeah, we better watch out. And it turns out that during the live event, he will be facing not Mark Henry, not Big Show, not Randy Orton, no, because they're all on SmackDown. Who does he get to face? You guessed it. He gets to face John Cena. Unfortunately, we won't be able to see these matches because they'll be at the live events and it won't be on pay-per-view. However, Kane versus John Cena, that sounds like one hell of an epic encounter. And if I was John Cena, I would contemplate retirement now because, you guessed it, Kane is back. And that will do it all for this week's episode of That Wrestling Show. I've been away for a while mainly because A, I've been sick, B, work has been absolute hell, and C, there have been so many side projects going around that I haven't had time to actually do anything. I'd like to thank everyone that sent birthday wishes to me on the 12th of December. Yes, it was absolutely awesome. What was great about Raw? Well, you'll find out about that later. What was bad about Raw? You'll definitely find that out about later. But what was great is I got 2 birthday wishes come true. I got to see Lita again, and I got to see fucking Kane in the goddamn mask. As you can see, I am a total Kane mark. I have a costume, I have the mask, I actually grew my hair out to resemble Kane. My eyes are all nice and dark, and I have freaking gloves. I am completely so enthused the fact that Kane has returned to the WWE. Are they going to do anything with him? Who knows? Are they going to squash him out? It's possible they could. They've done it in the past. But hopefully they won't. Hopefully they won't. Finally, Kane is back with not just one mask, but 2 masks. It's not this mask, it's a totally different mask. It kind of looks like the mask that Undertaker wore when he broke his face years ago with Mabel, but that's okay. Kane is masked, he's got his hair back, the outfit does need a little bit of work, but he's fucking badass. On my birthday of all days, thank you, WWE. You have made me happy as hell. It has been a Kane celebration all year, and if you could see the grin on my face, I've had a grin on my face all week long. Wrestling has finally, not that it hasn't already, but finally it's starting to pick up its roots and realize that, yeah, we fucked up with Kane. It's time to bring him back to the light. Thank you everyone for joining us this week. You can go to the website at thatwrestlingshow.webs.com. Also, every Monday where we have live Monday Night Raws. And of course, for all the pay-per-views, you can go to the website and see the chat room. Yes, enter the chat room and talk to myself and BM and all of the other little Southern hosts if they decide to show up, and we have a great old time. If you have a problem seeing the Monday Night Raw feed, let me know. BM will hook you up. I am DM from That Wrestling Show saying, until next time, I'll see you then.